accused of being Epstein's right-hand woman. She's been charged with multiple...
One person you know, and take 20 people who know them who don't give you different versions of what they think of that person.
President of the Oxford Union. To make ends meet, I did some tutoring, and one of my tutees was Ghislaine Maxwell.
Oh, honey, the clock is ticking for Prince Harry, and believe me when I say he feels it deep in his bones. You can almost see that worry in his eyes every time he glances at a camera. King Charles is out here facing his illness head-on like a soldier, while William has quietly started working behind the curtains. And the way he's doing it, child, it's ruthless. He's not playing games anymore. He's got a plan that could wipe Harry's royal identity off the royal family tree like it was never there. The titles, the privileges, the legacy. Poof, gone in one cold, calculated swoop. Right this very moment, Harry's high above the Atlantic, flying across the ocean. But let me tell you, this ain't no warm homecoming or charity mission. This is desperation. This is survival. Sources near Buckingham Palace whisper that the second Harry realized what was about to go down, he jumped straight onto a private jet without looking back. Because, baby, this time the danger wasn't just tabloid talk. The palace was moving. Fast. They weren't just thinking about stripping him and Meghan's titles. They were preparing to. Once and for all.
Socialized with Ghislaine Maxwell. You mixed in circles
Yes.
with her. How well did you know her?
And here's where things got downright chilling. Normally, royal decisions take months. You know, endless committees, fancy consultations, and those long, boring palace meetings full of tea and tension. But not this time. This time, everything moved like wildfire. Palace insiders say the pace inside Buckingham turned alarming, the kind of urgency you only saw right after the Queen's death. And that's saying something. Staff members started noticing the shift overnight. One palace worker, speaking off the record, said the air itself felt colder the moment the King's health took a turn. Conversations turned sharp, smiles disappeared, everyone's tone hardened. It stopped being about family emotions. It became pure survival mode. And in William's eyes, survival meant cutting away every single threat to the monarchy's credibility.
Ghislaine Maxwell. Yes, that Maxwell, the woman chained to the ugliest corners of Jeffrey Epstein's empire.
King Charles's illness didn't just shake the palace, it shook the entire foundation of the crown. What the world saw as a simple health crisis was, behind closed doors, the beginning of a power shift. Insiders are calling it the quiet succession. Because, honey, William isn't waiting for any coronation. He's already acting like the boss. While Charles fights his battle, William's been running the show, leading strategy meetings, controlling diplomatic talks, managing every little aspect of the family's public image. His leadership? Ice cold, efficient, calculated. That charming, laid-back William from years ago? Long gone. This new version of him is all business. Protective, strict, and completely done with scandals. And guess who's at the center of all the chaos he wants gone? Harry and Meghan. To him, they're not family anymore. They're liabilities.
She claimed there exists a CV, but not the type you'd hand to an HR department. This wasn't about acting credit.
William doesn't see them as misunderstood royals. He sees them as ticking time bombs. Every interview, every Netflix deal, every explosive book, each one chipped away at the monarchy's dignity. And William? He's officially out of patience. William's cleaning house, one royal aide was overheard saying, and baby, that whisper in the palace hallway sent chills through everyone who heard it. For years, King Charles's gentle heart kept Harry barely hanging on inside the royal circle. The man hoped, prayed, and believed that time would heal everything. But William doesn't work on hope, he works on results. Now that William's the one steering the ship, there's no room for emotion. He's got one goal: protect the crown at any cost. And if that means cutting ties with his own brother, well, that's a sacrifice he's already made in his mind. Before boarding his flight, Harry reportedly made one last plea, a simple human request to meet privately with his father and brother. No formalities, no royal protocols, just family, man to man, son to father, brother to brother. But the palace didn't even blink. No message, no acknowledgement, no polite response. Nothing. Silence. And in the royal world, silence isn't absence. It's punishment. That silence was louder than a slap. It means you no longer have access. It means you're being cut out of decisions. It means you're no longer required. William's team has been planning this modernization for months. Oh, what a polite word for exile. But everyone inside knows what modernization really means, cutting loose the weak links. And in their eyes, Harry and Meghan have become the biggest threat to the royal brand in decades. So while Harry's plane slices through the clouds on his so-called emergency trip, this isn't about family healing. No, darling, it's about survival. William doesn't want tears or hugs. He wants results. He wants a monarchy that looks flawless. No drama, no noise, no California chaos. He's not offering therapy sessions, he's issuing silent verdicts. And those verdicts, they don't end well for the Sussexes. Even palace staff who once pitied Harry have gone cold. He made his choice. Now he's facing the consequences, one insider told the Mirror. That single sentence said everything. When Harry lands in London, it won't be to a homecoming. He's walking into a fortress. Those gates might open, but not their hearts. Harry's not the cherished son anymore, not the beloved brother. He's unpredictable, and in royal language, unpredictable means dangerous. But here's the part that twists the knife even deeper. Queen Elizabeth saw all this coming. Before she passed, she left instructions. Not just a legacy, but warnings. And one of them was meant directly for Meghan Markle. The Queen had told Meghan, clear as day, never use her royal title for personal profit. And what did Meghan do? She turned that title into her personal brand. Archetypes, Netflix deals, luxury collabs, every move she made climbed the ladder using that Duchess name. She didn't distance herself from royalty, she monetized it. Now Meghan's latest cosmetics venture has the palace absolutely rattled. Those glossy promo clips, those editorial shoots, it all screams Hollywood Duchess. And to William's team, that's not business, that's rebellion. The Queen's warning wasn't a suggestion, it was a rule. She knew the monarchy could handle tradition, but not commercialization. Meghan crossed that line, bold as brass. And now, the same crown that made her is getting ready to take everything back. Then came the poll. Oh Lord, that poll! A survey that swept through Buckingham Palace like wildfire. Nearly half of Britain, 47%, said Meghan Markle was a bigger threat to the monarchy than Prince Andrew. Can you imagine? A Hollywood Duchess ranked more dangerous than a man tangled in scandal. That number hit the palace like thunder. William saw it, and baby, it was the proof he'd been waiting for. He didn't scream, he didn't rant. He just stared, quiet, sharp, like a man reading a final verdict. To him, that poll wasn't gossip. It was green light approval from the people. Time to clean up. Meanwhile, Meghan's team dismissed it as media bias. Oh, please. As one palace official whispered, bias doesn't move a nation. And that's when the talk of modernization turned into action. Inside Buckingham, whispers turned into strategy meetings. Lawyers combed through old royal precedents, digging up the dusty rules from the 1930s. Advisors drafted legal steps. And that's when the two-step plan was born. Step 1, strip Prince Andrew of every last privilege, publicly, decisively. Step 2, use the same legal precedent to quietly remove Harry and Meghan's titles. No drama, no shouting, just a quiet bureaucratic knife twist. To outsiders, it'll look like modernization, but inside, it's a purge. And while all this unfolds, Harry's out there, helpless, hoping for forgiveness that's never coming. William's vision for the monarchy is spotless, streamlined, corporate, and cold. The opposite of California chaos. In his new Britain, there's no room for distraction, and certainly no room for rebels. Once Parliament finalizes the legalities, they'll make it look like protocol. But we all know the truth. This is William's chess move, and the board's already set. Meanwhile, Harry has no idea how many pieces he's already lost. Charles's health is slipping quietly, and with every passing week, William's shadow grows stronger. Diplomats meet him first now. Advisors brief him before the king. The staff follows his pace. The monarchy is changing shape before our eyes, and poor Harry's still flying into it, thinking he can fix something that's already been decided. There's no mother now to soften William's decisions, no father strong enough to protect Harry, no queen to remind them all that family comes before the crown. This isn't the monarchy Harry was born into. It's a brand new empire, sleek, powerful, and completely unfeeling. And Harry, he's standing on the outside of those palace walls, realizing that once you walk away from the firm, you don't get to walk back in. Across the ocean, Meghan's still trying to prove she doesn't need the crown to shine. Her new podcast, Confessions of a Female Founder, was supposed to mark her grand reinvention, but baby, let's be real. Barely anyone listened. The reviews were lukewarm, the buzz fizzled out faster than champagne at a royal gala. Even Spotify quietly moved on. But Meghan? Oh, she proudly posed with those little award trophies, holding them up like she just conquered the world. That's what palace insiders now call the Meghan effect, turning something tiny into something monumental. She doesn't need success, she just needs the illusion of it. But illusions fade, darling. And when they fade, they crash hard. Behind those picture-perfect smiles and polished social media captions, the cracks are showing. Even her former collaborators whispered that the projects were all style, no substance. Her obsession with image, every photo, every angle, every caption, has pushed away friends, staff, even allies who once defended her. And guess who's been watching and taking notes? William's team. Oh, they've been meticulous. They've got files, receipts, every headline, every contradiction, every broken promise. They aren't arguing emotionally, they're building a case. To them, Meghan isn't misunderstood. She's manipulative. And to a monarchy that survives on quiet dignity, her flashy Hollywood rebellion is straight-up insult. Meanwhile, Harry's spiraling. Once upon a time, he was the golden boy, the brave soldier prince, the fun-loving brother who brought laughter wherever he went. But now, insiders say he's a shadow of that man, a prince carrying the weight of his own decisions. Freedom was supposed to mean peace, but instead, it's become the cage he built himself. He thought California would bring calm, but instead, it's the stage for his unraveling. He's restless, anxious, unsure who he even is without those royal titles. He's tried to reach out, to apologize, to test if there's still warmth on the other side, but the palace remembers everything. Forgiveness is rare and memory is long. One palace aide reportedly put it bluntly, he apologizes when he needs something. And that's the problem. Every apology feels strategic. Even Meghan's empire is starting to shrink. The big projects aren't landing. Hollywood's moving on. She's no longer the headline. It's like the world's fascination is fading. Her so-called royal glow is dimming, and in a world built on attention, that's dangerous. Harry feels it too. The walls are closing in. Even his royal security isn't guaranteed anymore. And for someone raised under round-the-clock protection, that loss of safety is terrifying. Friends whisper that he's torn between protecting Meghan and reclaiming the identity he left behind. But deep down, he knows the truth. The storm coming for them isn't just bad luck. It's the consequence of every bridge they burned. And now, whispers from London are growing louder. If William succeeds, those titles, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, will be gone. Erased. No Prince Archie, no Princess Lilibet. Just Harry and Meghan Windsor. Two former royals trying to survive without the very thing that once gave them power. Without those titles, their empire cracks. William's monarchy, on the other hand, becomes smaller, cleaner, and more controlled. A royal family run like a corporation. No drama, no leaks, no California chaos, just protocol and precision. And when Harry's plane finally lands on UK soil, he's walking into the consequences of his own rebellion. The family that once welcomed him with open arms is now guarding its gates. The silence that greets him says it all. You're not one of us anymore. Because this time, no title, no charm, no apology can undo what's already been set in motion. The monarchy is evolving. And Harry? He's realizing too late that in this royal game, even blood doesn't guarantee immunity.